One of the things I really want to talk about as I proceed with these vlogs is a concept called 50 plus, fabulous, visible, and vital. And the reason why I want to talk about it is it seems like the medical establishment, the world at large suddenly thinks that women are no longer relevant in so many ways for doing research, for doing any kind of information about how we age and things like that. Our bodies are different from men's bodies. So I'm focusing only on women right now. But something weird happens around the time you turn 50. It depends on a lot of different things. I think some women cave into it a little bit sooner. Some are still so busy running around with kids that they're still visible. They're still vital. They're still vibrant. They're still doing all the things. But something happened. We start fading away into the wallpaper almost. And I thought maybe that this was a unique thing, but it's not. I've talked to several women, 50 plus, who have come across this in various different ways. I myself did not really start experiencing it until probably my mid 50s to late 50s, especially now that I'm in my 60s. I've noticed it in a few ways. It's still not bad for me because I do tend to be a pretty loud, proud, now not blonde but brown-haired lady, so I'm not afraid to express myself. But for a little while I did kind of keep quiet about certain things because I didn't want everybody to know what I was thinking. I just wanted to just go about my life and go about my business. But I noticed that whenever I mentioned this to people, they were saying, yeah, we've experienced this too. Or I talked to my dermatologist and she said her mother, who is a beautiful woman, experienced the same problems as well. So she said suddenly, all of a sudden, she was just wallpaper in a room. So like she used to get a lot of attention. She was a beautiful woman, used to get a lot of attention, and she slowly started fading away. I talked to another friend of mine on the elliptical one day, and she's, I believe, approaching 50 or 50 right now. And she said that in a way she sometimes wants to be invisible because she doesn't want to draw attention to herself. It's kind of a cultural thing for her, but also she has noticed that since she left the workforce, it's harder to be seen. And I think that's what the issue is. We're not seen. I had a little bit of that happen on my way home from my last trip. I was standing in the restroom, ladies' room, waiting my turn. All the stalls were full. I was the only one in there. And this young woman walked straight past me, like she didn't see me, and checked all the stalls. And then she turned around and I looked at her and I said, I'm the first in line. I asserted myself. I didn't, fade into the wall, back off or anything. But she was like, oh, like she was startled. She didn't see me. And it was really one of the first times I didn't think I was seen. And that bugged me a lot. Because I don't want to be invisible. I want to be visible. But I don't want to have to do outrageous things to be seen. I think maybe that's why sometimes there's like the red hat society for women. They go out with these fun red hats when they get older, and they all gather together because often they're widows or they're alone. And it's a way for them to be strength in numbers. They get seen that way. And I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to wear a big red hat to be seen, especially nowadays. But, that is something that is very real. And I'm sitting here thinking, I know a lot of women who are 50 plus, 60 plus, some of them are in their 70s, who are still vibrant and so fabulous and doing all these wonderful things. I have one friend, she's 73. She's my critique partner. She's still writing sexy books. She's writing cowboy romances. She's writing contemporary romances, and she surrounds herself with family. She's got a big one. So she's being seen because she's still doing all the things. But it would be so easy to just say, you know what? I'm just going to kind of back off a little bit. Like, why not? I'm 73. I'm tired. I'm 63 and I'm tired, but she hasn't. I'm 63. I'm still doing all of the things. Like if you could see behind me, there's all my books and stuff. These are books that I've written that I always make sure I have at least first in the series and then the rest of the series. And then I try to have more than one in the first of the series because I want to be able to give them away. It's a fun way to reach readers without it costing me a lot of money. Frugal Dutch girl, remember? So that's how I get seen. I'm still an author. I'm still someone who puts books out there. Do I put out the same amount of books? No, but I am putting them out there. I have noticed that a lot of my friends who are in my age range that were also published authors or still going for the big dream, they've sort of either retired, like they just announced it on Facebook. We're done. We're finished. There's no money usually. So we're just done. We're finished. We're not going to do the things anymore. We're going to focus on our retirement years with our spouses, with our children and grandchildren. And I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to just give up everything that I've worked so hard for to be somebody else's person all the time. I want to be my own person. So I know a lot of authors who are 50 plus who are still writing great, sexy, fun romances. I've got another friend approaching 70. She is writing beautiful, wonderful, urban, paranormal romances with a twist to them. And she's published. She's not a fast writer, but she is published. And she's probably going to go all indie after this next series is finished. So that'll be exciting to explore with her. And how does she reignite her passion for writing love scenes and things like that? She's still vibrant. She's still vital. She's still visible. But she's a loud, proud lady as well. Funny. And then I have some friends who told me stories like, well, I was in the grocery store and I had just gotten some weird news about my heart and I was a little flustered. It wasn't a big, bad, terrible news thing, but it was definitely not happy news. She was worried about it. So she was a little flustered and she was trying to pay for her little groceries and none of her credit cards, for some reason, they would not run through. And so finally she was like, I'll just pay cash, because she happened to have the cash in her wallet, handed it over to the cashier, another woman. And behind her, someone said, another woman, finally. And the cashier said, yeah, I know, right? And my friend was standing there. So she looked at them and she said, you do realize I'm still here. That's the kind of level of behavior. And when I kind of wonder why, especially when it's coming from other women, like it seems especially cruel to have that kind of comment about someone. I would have been like, are you okay? Can I help you? Or just, I'm going to look at my watch or play a game on my phone or whatever. Like, it's a grocery store. It's not like the end of the world if you have to take a little longer to get through the line because somebody else is having problems finding a way to pay for their stuff. But she told me that story and she's like, yeah, I got invisible. Now, since then, she's lost weight, she's cut her hair, she looks a little sassier and fun, and that might change things. Now, all of these women are involved in organizations that help other people. They do things that help other people go vote. They do things that help other people learn about what's happening in the world. They're still vibrant. They're still participating. They're not sitting on their duffs at home eating bonbons. They're doing more now than they probably did when they were raising their kids to a certain point, because now they can do that if they had kids. Like, I'm doing a ton. I want to focus in on how can we remain vibrant? How can we remain visible? How can we remain fabulous as we age up? And it's not about hair and makeup, although it can help. I notice a difference when I'm made up like I am today, because I was going to go out for lunch with a friend and then she had to cancel. So I ended up going out for lunch with my husband. So I decided that I would do that with him. And I wanted to look pretty. I like wearing makeup. It's not something I do every day. You've seen me with a bare face on this vlog many times. I'm not the kind of person who feels like she needs makeup, but I do like wearing it on occasion. So I, jazzed up a little bit, and I do like my new haircut. I'm getting a little bit more gray, but that's okay. So far, I don't mind it. I'm wondering if that's going to change how I'm seen as well. I don't know, but I want to explore it. There's some really good books out there, so I'm going to read them. I've got them on my to be read pile, which is growing in leaps and bounds because I'm exploring so many different things. Again, this is about being vibrant, vital, visible, and this is the start of that journey. It's also part of my transformation journey, which I've been on, and it's also part of just being the person I am now. And maybe I can impart some wisdom or some stories or share some books with y'all that might help you figure out how to maintain good health, because it's really important as we get older to take care of ourselves. And that's one place where I feel very positive about, because I do go to the gym. I do work out. I'm not shy and retiring on the gym floor. I learned how to use the machines I needed to use. And I had a trainer for almost a year, and that helped me and it gave me extra confidence. So I walk into my little gym like I own the place, and I have no problem asking, how many more sets do you have left, to some big man that's, big bodybuilder man or whoever. I have no problem telling other people, hey, I've still got a couple of more sets to go, but I'll let you know when I'm done. I am really confident in that. So I think going to the gym and taking care of my body is a major plus. And I feel visible there. I feel vibrant. I feel seen. And I hold my head high because I'm 63 and I'm in there with people like way younger than I am. And I'm still doing the things. And I think the key is to find something that you love to do that's your own. That's another thing. Like I love writing. I'm enjoying learning about acting. I don't know where it's going to lead. I have a little mini goal for that might get me seen a little bit more. We'll see. But the whole point of this is to share stories about when you weren't seen and how that made you feel, and to share how you are giving back to society in some way, how you're being seen, what the things that you're doing that you feel are vital, that make you fabulous. Email me at christinegloverauthor@gmail.com. Tell me your stories. Share those stories with me. Have you been experiencing things that make you feel like you're invisible? Do you want to be invisible? Or do you want to be seen? That's the real question. I want to be seen. There are times I want to stay at home alone and not be seen. That's my choice. But when I'm out in the world, I want to be treated with dignity and respect. I want to be treated with kindness. I want to be seen as a vibrant person. And I want to make people realize that just because we're a certain age doesn't mean that we don't have something to contribute to society. So I hope that I hear from you. Again, please email me, christinegloverauthor@gmail.com, and let me know your stories. And I will not use your names. I will just incorporate them into the vlog. If you have any good books or good magazine articles to share with me, I'd appreciate that too. So I hope you have a great day. I hope that everything is fabulous and wonderful in your world, and I'll see you next time.